Hello guys, welcome to AppDev channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to install Java and how to run your first Hello World Java program. Before we start the installation, let us do some checks in our system whether the Java is installed properly or not, already or not. For that, let us open command prompt. In command prompt, uh, in order to know whether the Java is already installed in this particular machine or in your machine, whether the Java executables are identifiable in your machine or not, first we have to check for this command Java C. This C means compiler Java C. When a Java or JDK or is installed, then we should be getting an output for this command. But as the Java is not installed properly or not at all installed in this machine, we are getting this error message: Java C is not recognized as an internal or external command. In the same way, we can try for other Java tool executables. Okay, so all these commands are showing they are not being recognized with your machine. It means that either Java is not installed or Java is installed but its executable files are not being identified in the machine. Okay, so let us start with the installation first. Okay, let us open the browser and go to Google. In Google search, let us check for uh, Oracle Java installation. Oracle Java software download. Okay, in Google, when you search for it, okay, you go to this particular link in the Google search results. Not in, yeah, here in the oracle.com, go to this particular link. If you go there, it will be showing all the available Java 17 platform specific installation files. It will be showing Linux is showing, Mac OS it is showing, also it is also showing the Windows. Okay, in Windows I am going as my machine is the 64-bit version, I'm going to select this x64 installer. When I click on it, it starts downloading that file. Okay, let me wait for its completion. Otherwise, let me cancel it. Okay, and let me pause it. I think I should be having a software, the same software which is I already downloaded. Let me check for it. Yeah, this will be the downloaded version. Okay. Now let me start. Once the software is downloaded for you as well, you can double click on the install executable file and you can continue with the installation. While installation, you just have to follow the instructions that is provided by the installation wizard. It is going to install the Java 17 version. Okay, only thing you need to change is the installation path. Okay, either you want to change it to some other drive or you want to continue with the same drive, you can change, can click on change and you can go and modify that. I'm continuing with the default one. Okay, now it is going to install the Java software. Let it complete. Yeah, it is saying successfully installed, right? Okay, let me close this one. Now if you as we have installed the Java software, right? If you go to the same command prompt again, you will still be seeing Java C is not recognized. Then you restart your we need to restart the command prompt. Now if you open it, we should be able to see it, the response. See, we are seeing basically if we are seeing some response, like what is the Java C command syntax. These all are the different arguments we can pass along with the Java C. That which means that it is trying to get the syntax of this command whenever we give this Java C, right? Which means that the Java is installed properly and it is actually being identified by your machine. Uh, it means that the Java C and Java commands are there in your installation and that path is being referenced in your system environment variables. If you go and check edit system environment, system environment variables, if you go, that will be open, and if you click on environment variables, and here if you see in the path environment variable, in the under system variables category, you can see this one, right? See this. If you go to this path, that is actually referring to your Java installation. See Java, Java C, Java W, JShell commands. These all are copied into this path during the JDK installation, and that path is configured as a path entry in the system environment variables. That is why it is being identified in the command prompt. Let me check whether there is one tool Java P, okay, which is used to get the details of any Java class, which is shipped with the predefined library or whatever your class. If it is there in the class path, that also you can get the details. That is not, that command exe is not present here, right? So let me check with Java P. See, it is showing Java P is not recognized as an internal or external command. So in order to get all Java command details, and in order to access all Java commands, we have to configure the whole path where the Java is installed in the system environment variables. Okay, if I go to program files, Java JDK, okay, if you see here, you can see all Java related commands, executables. These all are specific to your platform. Okay, platform for which we have selected the Windows platform, right? Java C, Java document. This is for Java document generation. Java P is for knowing the details of your Java class. Okay, these are JDB is for the debugger. Okay, these are so I'm going to copy this one and configure it in the system variables. I'm going to delete this one because I'm going to copy the path where all these executables are available, right? So I'm going to delete that, and I'll click on new, or I can double click on the empty row, then I can copy it. I Okay, now I closed all browsers by applying the settings. Now if I set for the same command, it is still showing. Okay, and the command is not recognized, right? Now I have to restart the machine. I have to restart my command prompt. Okay, let me open the command prompt again. If you see here, Java command is giving you the details, Java C is giving you the details, Java P is giving you the details. So all these commands are giving you the syntax, how you have to use the Java command, or how you have to use the Java C command, how you have to use the Java P command, right? So if it is, as it is giving the syntax, we have successfully, it is a double check, right? We have successfully installed Java, and we have successfully configured the Java executable files so that it can be referred from any path in the particular machine. I mean, we can refer these files, these Java executables from anywhere. Okay. Now let us see what is the, I mean, how we can know uh, the version of the compiler that is installed. Okay, Java C hyphen version. Okay, compiler version is 17, Java C version 17, as we have installed the JDK, right? And we can see Java hyphen version Java command we use to run a program. Java C we use to compile a Java program into the bytecode, and to execute that bytecode we use the Java command. That particular Java commands version is also mentioning as Java 17. Okay, it is also showing not only the JDK, it is also showing the Java version, JRE version, and the Java hotspot. Okay, these are JRE, Java hotspot, JVM. These all are part of the JRE. Okay, and along with that, now let us write some sample program to execute and see the output of some sample hello world program. Okay, let me open Notepad, and here I'll write. Let us follow it for now. I'll explain how we have to write, why we need to write like this the class in Java. Okay. Uh, Public static void main string, it is taking this is a method, main method, right? So this is a main method and its return type is void, and it is taking arguments array, uh, string array, and its name is args. Okay, and this is the method closer. Now I'm going to print system.out.println welcome to Java learning. Now I'm going to save this one in one of the folder. Okay, while I'm saving, this file name should be the public class name. This is the public class in this file, right? So I'm going to save it with the same name, hello world.java. Okay, now I have saved it, right? So I can go to that path. I'm going to that path. If you see here, you can find that file. Here I'm going to compile it. Okay, so compilation means it's a process of converting Java source code into Java bytecode. Whenever I have executed that Java C command on my class, okay, on my hello world.java, it shows it is generating a .class file. This actually contains the bytecode of the source code which we have written in the .java file. So in order to run it, so this is the compilation process, right? So in order to run it, we have to use the Java command, and we just have to pass the public class name. Okay, we don't have to use .class or .java or anything. Okay, now it prints it. Okay, welcome to Java learning. So this is how we install the Java, and we use the different commands, Java C, Java command, to compile the Java hello world program and to execute a program. And there is another command, okay, Java P. So for this Java P command, what we need to do, I mean, this Java, the main purpose of this Java P command is to know the details, I mean, public and protected fields, whatever public and protected fields, I mean, class level properties or methods are there. All those details we can get it from Java P command. See, this is one of the class present in your Java libraries. Okay, Java P, Java.lang.string. So the fully qualified class name we have to pass to Java P command. See, these are all the methods present in that string class. Okay, Java.lang.string. So this is what we get from Java P command. Okay, coming back to hello world program which we have written, right? This is the public class, and we have mentioned a main method that its return type is void and its access modifier is public. We will get to know all these details, why we have to write main method like this and why it should take only the string arguments. Mm. All those things we'll get to know in our next subsequent videos. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.